Good stuff, Dirks Bentley. Somewhere on a beach. Better Country 101.7 The Bull. Sounds like a good place to be here on this Thursday morning when you're dealing with the fog and the rain that you're dealing with here in southeast Iowa, west central Illinois, northeast Missouri, wherever you're joining us from here this morning. But, hey, not to, be a Debbie Downer there talking about the weather forecast. We've got some special guests joining us here in the 9 o'clock hour here as our friend Aaron Lotzow joining us, and he brought a friend with him here, Lewis Knudsen, joining us here as well, as they've got a show to talk about coming up in later March called Sweet Baby Joel, but we'll get to that in just a second. Guys, good to have you with us here. How are you doing?
Hey, good.
Doing
Thanks
well.
for having
Thank
us.
you.
Hey, always good to see you guys here, and like we said, you got a really good show coming up here on March 27th that we're pretty excited about here. Even though we're a country music station, I think there's a lot of country music fans who know of the great Billy Joel and, of course, his impact on the music world. And let's talk a little bit about your show and what folks can expect from that there on March 27th.
Awesome. Yeah, so we are doing our what we want to call the Midwest's premier Billy Joel and James Taylor tribute, where we just have known each other for a few years and have been solo entertainers in various venues, and decided, let's put something together where we're taking these two great singer-songwriters and that have made such an impact on music and bringing them together to give a musical tribute to the songs of these two artists.
Yeah, that sounds like a really, really cool idea right there. And, of course, you guys, like you said, you guys have done your own personal careers, but then just kind of this connection that you guys have had here. Is that kind of what made you guys want to put together this show then for the audience?
Yeah, we both play music full time. We play tons of gigs, and I can't. There's rarely a gig I play where someone doesn't come up and say, "Dude, you sound like James Taylor." Same thing happens with Aaron when he's playing. He's the piano guy. And then even if he doesn't play anything by Billy Joel, someone's going, "Hey,
you got to throw that in.
You sound
right?
like Billy Joel. You got to play Piano Man for me." And you mentioned the style. Both these artists are very have a variety of styles that they have released over the decades. But I don't think a lot of people think about this, but James Taylor actually, you go back and listen to his music from the 70s, and there's some country influence for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Easily. There's some slide guitar, there's some kind of like stuff that you can tell he was taking, like the Hank Williams sound, the Merle Haggard, and kind of like building that into Sweet Baby James itself. That song is actually, I'll go back into the story more the night of our show, but it's got kind of like this background of a folksy, rambling country singer kind of story behind it. So I think if someone likes country, they will not be disappointed.
Well, there's so many country music artists that you hear now that say they've taken some inspiration from names like James Taylor or Billy Joel here. And I think having those kind of in the same setup here is what's going to make this show so special here. We're talking with Aaron Lotzow and Lewis Knudsen here on 101.7 The Bull, talking about their Sweet Baby Joel concert that's going to be going on March 27th. If folks are wanting to get tickets there, Aaron, how do they go about doing that?
You can get tickets at the Capitol Theater website. There's a few adverts already on their Facebook page. There's a reel of us doing a little bit of How Sweet It Is by James Taylor and Billy Joel. And this show is going to be, I would call it Sweet Baby Joel Unplugged, and it's going to be just really, I would say, high quality vocals and acoustic guitar and piano, taking you on the musical journey of these two artists. We're going to be doing 20 plus songs of these artists and being able to provide, an experience that hopefully brings you back into that world.
And along with that, we're going to do a little storytelling, kind of talking about some backgrounds behind the songs too, autobiographically for those two artists. So it'll definitely be some stuff that people maybe hadn't heard before.
Yeah, and that's really cool that you guys are putting all this work and putting all this effort into just entertaining the fans there with a kind of couple of artists that I think so many of us know by name, and the work that they've done not only for country music fans like we talked about, but for just music in general. That's going to be a pretty cool show there. Capitol Theater, though, coming up on March 27th. Anything else you guys want to add before we let you guys go here today?
See you there.
See you there.
Hey, sounds good. Sounds like a plan there. Yeah, that's going to be a great time there, folks. If you are a fan of music in any way, shape, or form, check that out at the Capitol Theater, March 27th. Sweet Baby Joel, Aaron Lotzow, Lewis Knudsen joining us. Guys, appreciate the time. Thanks for coming in and chatting about that, and best of luck there for that show coming up there at the end of the month there. Appreciate you guys coming in, though.
Thanks,
Thank
man.
you.
Thanks for having us.
Always good to have those special guests joining us here in the 9 o'clock hour, but especially when a show involving country, or not even country music legends, but music legends as a whole. Always a lot of fun. Here's Alan Jackson, Better Country 101.7 The Bull.